Hello, everybody. I'm Mel Dorr, the Aloha Shirt Psychic. Happy early St. Patrick's Day. You got to wear your green. And I have got Kevin Chandler in the house. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Mel. Hey, everyone. Hope you're all doing well.
It's our Thursday night show.
Yes.
We're going live tonight. Thanks to Kevin for helping me tonight set everything up. And Kevin's going to be a moderator tonight. So, yay. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be live with Linda Grindle, Kevin Lewis, and myself. And what do you have coming up on YouTube, Kevin?
No, Linda G's going to be on my show tomorrow, so we both get to hang out with Linda tomorrow.
Yay!
Fun.
Tell everybody what time she's going to be on.
She's going to be coming on 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll be doing politics, world event stuff. So,
is it going to be live?
Yes, we'll be live.
Yay! Okay. And what else do you have coming up?
I have my Tuesday show. Usually 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My Tarot Tuesday, where I do politics. Next week, well, you're on vacation next week, so we won't be doing a live next week. But Sunday, Sunday the 19th, Kevin Lewis and Stouffer Calvins is going to be on my channel, and we're going to do some personal mini reads.
And whom? I'm sorry?
Stouffer Calvins.
Okay, good. Yay.
It'll be a fun time.
Yeah, and I've got Kim Copeland on mine on the 21st, Linda Grindle on the 20th. And then my birthday's the 22nd, so I'm excited.
Oh, nice. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
I love Kim Copeland, Medium Kim. She's wonderful.
Is so nice. Oh my goodness.
So
and she's coming to Texas with us. So I'm
fine.
About that. Hey, I've got to read this to you if I'm looking at my phone, it's because I'm looking on my community board. And so Kathy Reagans wrote, "Hello, the fabulous Auntie Mel and the very amazing, talented Kevin Chandler. No question. I just want to express my gratitude to Kevin Chandler for my reading last Friday. I'm truly blessed for him to give me this intuitive information to me, along with what messages Spirit had for me. It was a very positive experience for me, like a beautiful poem. Love and blessings to both of you. I highly recommend a session with Kevin Chandler."
No, that was so sweet. She was a very nice lady.
I paid her to say that. No teasing. I go, I'll give you $5 if you'll just do it.
There you go. Thanks, Mel.
I had to rain on your parade. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. Here's another one. Ronette Williams. Hi, Ronette. I don't have a political question. I just wanted to say thank you. You two are so funny together. I don't know what I like more, listening to the answers to the political questions or just listening to you two talk about everyday life. You both are absolutely hilarious. I really like watching you both. God bless you and your families. Aw, thank you, Ronette. That is so sweet.
Yes, thank you so much. That was very sweet.
Here's another one. Nancy Robbins. Hi, Mel and Kevin. Kevin, you two light up my day. Thank you. Oh, this is a good question from her. I'll get to the ones in the community first, and then we'll get to the ones in the chat. How's that?
Okay.
Any money tonight will be donated to Chicago Canine Rescue. I apologize. Last night I couldn't see the donations because it's hard to see them on YouTube. I don't know how to do that. So.
I don't know how to do donations. I think you have to be. I don't think I'm quite at that level where I can do.
No. But I don't know how to see who donated. So I think
I got you.
I'd have to follow it. I don't think I can do it on streaming. I have to follow it on my phone. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, probably on YouTube.
But if I missed anybody, I didn't mean to. It's just hard to follow. All right. So, will the Georgia law that allows the legislature to recall prosecutors affect Fannie or Fani Willis's case against Trump?
Yeah, I think me and you were just talking about it. That's the first I've heard about it. But for some reason, I feel like I don't see them getting rid of Fani Willis.
Okay.
If they just passed it, let me throw a card or two on it and see if it affects things.
Well, I think they're doing this stuff as a litmus test.
Of course.
But I mean, but that's a double-edged sword, because if you have a prosecutor that's investigating somebody and it's a high up political official, somebody in the state, and if they don't like it, they go to the legislature and say, "Oh, we're just going to remove this prosecutor."
Right.
I don't think that's going to fly. And I just heard about in Mississippi, they passed a law that in a certain county, it can only white people can run.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Are they tried?
Crazy what they're doing.
I know. Well, it's a litmus test, but if that goes to the Supreme Court, they're going to say no. You cannot restrict people's rights to vote, and everybody's got the right to run for a political office.
Right.
So, what do you pick up about?
Well, obviously, I don't think it's much of a shocker, but we have the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords. This is their secret agenda and trying to steal this away from her. But I feel like, the world would be watching. This is a new beginning, because we all know that indictments are probably coming soon. I saw something about New York, too, saying that it's very likely that Trump will be indicted here shortly. So, the Republicans like to do their 4Ds: divert, distract, we wrote it down: deceive and divide.
I put
and
another
you came
one.
up with a new one.
Destroy. I put another one. Destroy.
Yeah.
Deceive, divert, distract, divide, and destroy. That's what they try.
That's what they try to do.
About the Fani Willis thing, I pulled the Emperor, which I would think actually would be somebody, an authority, that would end up questioning it. But my feeling is they won't succeed with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Emperor could mean legalities too. But look, it's amazing. I also pulled the High Priestess.
No, interesting.
So I think that Fani Willis is not afraid to step up to the powers that be.
I agree with that.
Because I think the governor down there, I just learned last night, I don't think the governor can remove a prosecutor. I don't know. But anyway, a lot of these draconian laws are trying to pass won't hold up. So
yeah, it's all just to they have the secret agenda just to try to distract people. Right. The D's, like I said, but I don't see them being successful with that attempt. I don't know if it's already been passed by the Georgia legislator, but I don't feel like that being successful to remove her.
I don't either. Okay, Diana Cat, I think it's Catchy. I cannot pronounce her last name. Hi, Diana. She comes to Sedona to see us. So, hi, nice. Diana. How are you? So you got to write your book, Diana, and your sister's got to write. Anyway, she says, "Hi, Mel and Kevin. Love you both." Oh, thank you. Didn't have a question. Just wanted to say hi. The only thing I ever wonder is whether 45 will ever face accountability. Well, March is the month of responsibility and truth, and it's all going to start to hit.
Absolutely.
I keep hearing yes, but yes never comes. Well, all his crimes disappear like wealthy people seem to be able to make happen. He's going to be called to task, and I keep seeing indictment. It's just about we have to be patient. But when God was handing out patience, I stood in the attitude line, But anyway. All right. I look forward to Thursday nights, Kevin, by the way.
Yes, I always do too, Mel.
Thank you. Okay. Cat01. Hi, Mel and Kevin. I wanted to say I appreciate you guys working together to help others. My concern is that Jackson, Mississippi passed legislation where the county is to be governed only by white people, even though they are a predominantly Black community. This will also be codified into law. Do you see this being dismantled? Mel and Kevin, everywhere I look, it seems so bleak. Don't get bummed out. They're trying this stuff as a modern day Jim Crow, and they're trying to have it their way to secede, I think, without secession. If this ever went to the Supreme Court, it would be struck down in a nanosecond.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say too, Mo. I feel like it will go to the Supreme Court and it'll be struck down.
All right. Let's see. Kathy Reagan's again. Kathy Reagan's, hello, Auntie Aloha Mel and the very amazing Kevin Chandler. My question is about the rebuilding of Ukraine once the war has ended. Which country will be awarded with construction contracts? Europe, well, Europe's not a country, United States, or perhaps China because of cost. I don't think it's China. I think United States will have some contracts there. Believe it or not, once Putin is gone, I think there's an international court that's going to make Russia responsible for some of the reparations and rebuilding.
I agree with that.
Countries in NATO and the European Union helping out. So I think they'll get contractors from all over.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like it's going to be all over, like you said, too, Mel. The Poland came really strongly to me too. I think those countries all around Ukraine. I really see Europe coming together and really assisting, physically with the rebuilding, but also with the resources and stuff that they're going to need. The U.S. too.
Okay. Jitterbug Tutu. I love, every time I see Jitterbug, I just love that name. Okay, Tutu. Hi, Kevin and Auntie Mel. Approximately 100 girls in Iran have been poisoned. Do you see who is responsible and if they'll catch them? Apparently, the government knows who did it. Thank you for your weekly shows. I see them being held responsible, absolutely.
Yeah. I'd heard about that. You know what, though, as you were saying the question, and this is for entertainment purposes only, but I almost feel like the government was part of it.
I do too. That's exactly what I thought.
It's like they're trying to divert, say, "Oh, we know who did it," but it's a cover up for their actions. No.
Thought. But I see a lot of people protesting in the streets about this, and things like this are the hotbeds for revolution. And I've got a funny feeling that there's going to be so many people protesting. And I think the people in Iran are just tired of the theocracy. And I think they're going to start protesting. And I see the theocracy overturned. And that's going to happen within the next couple of years.
Absolutely. We've said that before on the show.
That's correct. We worry about Iran, but let's worry about here, because look at the theocracy, the ultra right-wing Christian nationalists that are trying to take over here. It's not good.
Yeah.
All right. Vincent Perry says, hi, dynamic duo.
We're getting a lot of love
dynamic about me, but hey, you get to be this age and you want to push your teeth out, right? The ones that aren't falling out.
There you go.
High dynamic duo. 32 states have some sort of voter restriction bills pending before the next election. Are the Dems going to be able to overcome this sort of attack on democracy? Well, we've been winning it so far.
Yeah. So, and like I've said do you want me to go ahead?
No, go ahead.
Like I've said in the past too, we haven't seen anything yet with the Republican Party. It's going to be like a civil war on their own party, like breaking in half and going after each other. It's going to implode. And there's so much coming out this year on Trump and the Republican Party. I feel like 2023 is going to be the year of accountability, not just here in the United States, but worldwide, where, we all know, we can all see it. We're all intuitive, seeing all the sneaky stuff going on behind the scenes, but it's almost like that awareness is really brought up and then the accountability comes out. So we can make those positive changes.
It's funny. Last month was a month that I said, and so did Aiden, of accountability. This month is about responsibility and truth. People being responsible for their behavior. And so a lot more of that's going to come out. So each month is a different theme, and it's just setting the stage for things yet to come. I mean, it's going to be a real doo-doo show,
Yeah, I agree.
A real S show. I want to be selling tickets to the circus, but The Republicans don't get it. They think this stuff makes them look great in southern states. They're just pandering to the right-wing bigots, and it's not going to work.
Yeah. You know it too. So anyway, my point that I was trying to get at was the Republican Party is going to implode. A lot of people are going to be really disgusted by the Republican Party. So even with these state restrictions, I'm sure something may not happen before the next election, but I feel like Democrats staying in control 2024, and I feel voting right bills going through that really are going to make it more fair and get this kind of crazy crap out of the state politics.
Good. Christian Martinez, hi Mel and Kevin. While the cost of living in California has gone way up, including gas prices, will Gavin Newsom lower costs because thousands of people are moving out? Will reform be passed? I see them putting ceilings on the cost of living. I don't think they can do it with real estate prices, but I do see like groceries, gas prices, things like that in California coming down.
Yeah. I feel like it's still going to be expensive. Not to say that there's not work that's done to help with it, but if I'm going to be honest, I do feel a lot of people from like the West Coast area migrating more out too, because the cost is so high and expensive to live there.
All right. Elizabeth S. How will the weather in Houston be this summer with hurricanes? I see a lot of hurricanes hitting those areas this summer.
Yeah. I felt one coming. I don't know if it's like directly at Texas or if it's more Louisiana, like up in that area in the Gulf. But when you said the question, I was seeing like storms and rain. So like flooding, I think is what I was picking up.
Okay, we'll do two more here, then we'll get to the ones and that are starred. How's that?
Yeah, we got quite a bit. If anybody wants to send a question, send it in the chat, all caps, a couple of heart emojis to grab our attention, and we'll get to as many as possible.
And if you don't have to put money out. If you donate something, you don't have to. But if you do, and if we don't see it, it's because with StreamYard sometimes you can't see it, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty caught up with the chat, so
okay, good.
If not, I'll try to start it.
All right. So Kathy Reagan's asked, my question is about a certain pharmacy that refuses to sell the morning after pill in red states.
Yeah.
What do your guides see with this? More pharmacies following this trend, making it much harder for women to get reproductive help when needed. Well, I see other pharmacies following suit, but a lot of women in those states are going to start standing up saying, absolutely not.
And not even just in the red states. It's like women all across the U.S. boycotting certain pharmacies that are going to do that. I don't know how many are going to do it, but I feel like there's going to be one or two more that try to do the same thing as
but at some point, once the Supreme Court changes, this will go to the Supreme Court, and they're going to say that you cannot deny people medication for their health. You can't.
Absolutely.
So,
I see you just said that too. Sorry, Mel.
Go ahead.
As you just said that too, I feel like Biden has something planned for that too. I don't know if there's an executive order that he could do, but Biden just popped up as we were talking about
federal funding to those states. That's what's going to happen.
So he's got a plan.
Okay. Amy Smith. Hi, Mel and Kevin. What's going to happen with Bibi in Israel? The protests are massive. He is trying to go the Putin way. Yeah, we know. But these people in Israel are not going to stop protesting, and they'll keep going and going until they're forced to make Netanyahu out of office, get him out of office. And I think he tried to pass some laws that favored him, or that I forgot what it was, but the protests are going to be massive.
Yeah.
And the Israeli people are going to stand up against tyranny. So good. That's what I see.
I feel the same. I'm not sure what's all going on over there that they're protesting, but I almost feel like it's just getting bigger and bigger, crescendoing even louder with it. I don't know how their elections work, if he's up in 2 years or something, but the next election, if he's not out before then, I see him out and he won't be put back into power because
And somebody,
he's really upsetting a lot of people.
well, I think what we're seeing there is going to be what's going to happen in a lot of these countries. People are going to start protesting because they don't want to lose their freedoms.
Yeah,
And that's going to
we're gonna
send a
see it all over
message
the
to
world.
people like Netanyahu, like Trump, like the ultra right wing MAGA Republicans here. We've had it. We're not going to let you push this stuff down our throats.
I agree, Mel.
And for those people here that like Putin so much, go over there and live with him. See how you like that. Because it is very difficult there now. Okay, Cindy P. What is Michael Flynn's future? Will he get indicted and lose that military pension? Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Kevin. Hi, guys. Kevin, hope you're feeling better. Dear
Thank
Mel,
you.
hope you're excellent as well. Please tell me who becomes the next Chicago mayor. We have 2 men in the race. Thanks.
I don't remember the names. I think we talked
Vallis,
about
I think
it
it's
last time.
Vallis, and I forget the other guy. I think they underestimate the other guy. I can't think of his name.
It's that one is white and one's African American, correct?
The African American guy, I feel, is going to win.
That's who I was gonna say because I feel like the white guy he says he's a Democrat, but I feel like he's pretty conservative.
He is. I mean, he was on some kind of committee that was anti-LGBTQ, and you don't mess with us LGBTQ people in Chicago because we will go off on you like white on rice.
Right. I don't see Chicago putting up with that.
Well, I think
I feel like the other guy's gonna get in.
people are tired of the gun violence in Chicago. I mean, Lori Lightfoot didn't do much about it.
Yeah.
And we need to do something, clearly. But, a lot of us media hype as well. I'm not afraid to go into the city. There's certain neighborhoods I wouldn't go in, but I see whoever gets in is going to crack down on that kind of violence. So,
Okay.
Paul Vallis, I think, is a little frightening. So he tried to run for governor, but he didn't go very far. And the city council, I don't know if they're voted in or the aldermen and all that stuff, but if Vallis does get it and try some shenanigans, he'll be stopped quickly.
I heard that your governor, I think, is either talking about it or already signed something about it. It's with like gun restrictions and stuff like that, and I think that will help with the crime.
Well,
too.
he did. He tried to make it to ban assault weapons. Now there's some ultra right wing MAGA people who want to take it to the Supreme Court. So the police departments aren't enforcing it because they're waiting until it gets to the Supreme Court. I mean, I believe that people should own weapons, but we don't need assault rifles for the same reason that we don't need rocket launchers or hand grenades or tanks.
We don't need military grade weapons.
Correct.
You don't need that for self-defense or for if you want to go hunting, which I'm all for, having something for safety for you and your family, but you don't need a military grade weapon. We just got a super chat. Can I pull it up real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Yay. Thanks. Gracie.
Captain Kevin, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. What do you see for Adam?
Oops. I'm sorry, Mel. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. There we go.
What do you see for Adam Kinzinger since he showed honest sensibility with the cozy, unholy six event? Even though I don't think he's going to be run for the House. He's not in the House anymore. Kinzinger's not going to give up, though. He's going to be behind the scenes, just like Liz Cheney behind the scenes. And these people are formidable. And my guides are telling me, he's still working really hard and can do probably a lot more behind the scenes. But I see him running for politics again, and I see him winning.
I agree with that, Mel. I was going to say, I think he's going to be critical, along with Liz Cheney, when the Republican Party implodes, of actually building, rebranding, getting their party and getting the caca out of their party.
Caca.
Caca.
There's a Spanish word for that.
Okay.
It's called mierda. It's bad. I don't know if you can go to YouTube jail for swearing in Spanish.
I think it depends on your channel. If you have the content's not for kids, I think you get away with a little bit more if you drop something. I've had people accidentally slip the F-bomb on my channel and I haven't gotten in trouble. So, but you want to be careful with it and you want to be respectful for your viewers. I mean,
That's why I say "oh doo doo."
yeah.
Behind closed doors, I swear like a sailor. But okay, how do sailors swear? I don't know. Bad Kitty. Will Laura Ingraham and Maria Bartiromo be fired by Fox News in the Dominion defamation case, and also Fox CEO Suzanne Scott? I don't think they're going to fire them, but it's going to do tons of damage to their image. And I'll tell you who else is going to be hurt by it is Tucker Carlson.
Yeah. It's interesting because when I read on the Dominion case, I kept on seeing a woman like being really significant with it, and I felt like it was one of the hosts. And so maybe one of them or one of them in real trouble. I feel maybe not fired by legit like fired, but there's discussions behind the scenes. But I see Ingram, and I'm not sure who Maria Bartiromo is, but I feel like them both leaving.
Well, I see them gone. I just don't know if they'll fire them.
Yeah.
But they've shown that these texts, like behind the scenes texts between her, Tucker Carlson, about that, Trump's an idiot. They say he's an idiot, but that Trump, that they refuted the big lie, and they were just kind of saying how goofy Trump really was. They didn't quite say it that way, but then publicly they go say something else.
Right.
And so they knew that it was a lie, but yet they perpetrated that big lie in their news coverage, supposed news coverage, but yet they knew it wasn't real. And so
look what they're doing.
That's what's going to get them. That proves right there that because I think to prove liable, you have to know that it was a lie, and that proves they knew it.
Yeah. Look what they're doing with Tucker with an F. What he's doing with, yes, we know. With all the January 6th security footage. I said when it happened, it's all part of their plan to try to rewrite history, but it's going to fail epically. Everybody sees it and knows what it is, and they can't rewrite the narrative now. So this is just a continued game of what they're trying to do.
I have a name. I just thought of a name for for Carlson. Mother Tucker.
There you go.
You gotta be careful with that. I think that, Trump is the one that told McCarthy to release those tapes because Trump knew about them. I think they looked a lot of them. To release those tapes to Mother Tucker. And I think Mother Tucker was also maybe talking to Trump as well, or Trump's cronies. And I think they were trying to come up with some narrative to say, wait a minute, you see, it wasn't that bad. It was just, what was the word they used? Something chaos. That it really didn't happen like that. That was just a small group of people. Look at the rest of them. And then they showed these people walking through the Capitol. It's like, wait a minute. The date stamp has been gone. The timestamp wasn't there. So anybody could have edited that. I mean, it's looking pretty bad for Mother Tucker, I think.
I agree. And I think they posted in the Dominion suit the text message that he doesn't even really like Trump. And I see some heat and backlash from all the maggots out there.
Well, you know who else is going to start filing lawsuits against Mother Tucker? Is going to be those police officers who were injured and their families and those people who were injured during that whole thing. And here's the deal. Well, if it was just peaceful chaos, I think that's what he said. Well, if it was just peaceful chaos, how about those politicians who publicly supported the big lie and said, oh, it didn't happen. They were just people vacationing. But yet they were the ones barricading the door to keep the rioters out of the chamber.
Yeah.
How about those ultra right-wing MAGA Republicans that are saying that woman that was shot should be a hero? Well, hello. It shows right there that she was trying to come through the door. So,
Right.
they're not even so. Their argument makes absolutely no sense. If
I
you think,
lost that last part. You broke up.
I said their argument makes absolutely no sense. The ultra
Right.
right-wing people to say that all was just peaceful chaos. Yeah, right.
Well, and it's not going to change the mind of the MAGA diehards. They're also brainwashed, and they're fine with living in an alternative reality. They can't see stuff for what it is. What I find really interesting is the fact that you have Senate Republicans and Mitch McConnell, which I know a lot of people are asking about. We'll get to in a little bit. All standing up and standing up for the Capitol Police and calling that out. And so
Mitt
you're really
Romney,
kind of seeing these dynamics, like I keep bringing up. You're really seeing them in play.
Mitt Romney called them out.
Yeah.
A lot of people did. So anyway, yeah, I mean, a lot of these Republicans that they know it happened, and I don't know how they can buy into. They're just pandering to that Trump base, but
Yeah.
it's not going
And
to
there's
work.
no amount of evidence that you could show those people to make them change their mind, as I said. They're a bit brainwashed and delusional. They like living in their alternative reality.
Well, I think what they do is cause people to suspend their critical thinking, and
Yeah.
then people act on emotion, and then people believe what they want to believe. But a lot of those politicians know it was a bunch of BS.
Well, they
That
all know it. They all know it was BS.
they're
They were
just
there and witnessed it.
okay. This is a good one. Hello, gentlemen. We all see these rich old white men are attempting to take us back to the Stone Age. Is this their last hurrah? Are they just clawing at the ledge? Well, it's not quite their last hurrah, as Kevin said. Buckle up because
Right.
buckle up for the ride. But doesn't it just get crazier and crazier and more draconian? But my
Yeah.
guides tell me they will not win.
When it's turning off a lot of independents and even some moderate Republicans, they're starting to see it for what it is. I get that they're it's not their last hurrah, but I see like diminished power and going into the future. Continued diminished power is what I just heard.
It's going to be giving a lot of fodder to the Lincoln Project because, they were
Yeah.
conservatives and Republicans that were anti-Trump. And I haven't watched them in a while, but I'm going to start watching again because
We actually had a question like that.
I see them
about
taking ads on television again, and they're going to really gain a lot of momentum. So, okay. Diane Bark, what do you see happening to Mitch McConnell? Will he finally retire?
Did you hear that he fell? Was
Yes, he's in the
hospitalized?
hospital. I don't know. Well, I think he's probably more injured than what they're saying.
I think so
Um,
too.
but as much as I dislike his politics, and as much as Mitch McConnell, I hate to see anybody injured. At least he had
Yeah.
at least he had a certain part of the anatomy to stand up and say what Mother Tucker did wasn't true.
Right. There's not
Um,
much good redeeming qualities about Mitch McConnell. Not to say that I wish harm or anything like that. I think that that was one small action when he could have taken money in the past. But I agree with you. I mean, at least he did the right thing in that moment.
I don't know if he's ready to give up just yet. But I don't necessarily think he's gonna. I don't think my guides are telling me he's not going to be able to finish out his term.
Yeah.
So
I said
I'm
that
gonna look in Kentucky. I don't know if the governor appoints somebody because the governor is a Democrat, or if I don't know how it works in Kentucky. I should. I was from there. I just don't know. I don't know how they would. I don't know if they have to have a special election to replace him.
I think they just changed the laws. I said before 2020 before the last election, I felt Mitch McConnell was going to step down early before his term's up,
You did
and I
say
still
that.
feel that way. I've been talking about his health for a while, and he even knows about it because what he did was he was talking to the state legislators to put in a bill and like change their stuff so that if he had to step down and retire, that the Democratic governor couldn't appoint a Democrat. It would have to be a Republican. So I think they did pass that.
It'd probably be somebody a lot more moderate, but okay.
Mm.
All right. Oops. Here. Oh, let's see. Okay. Hello, gents. Love your enthusiasm. Will Trump be on house arrest before May 2023? You know, I never thought of house arrest, but when I looked at this question, Laura Robideau, I think, I got a big yes. You know, I don't see him in jail.
Yeah.
A funny feeling. My guides are saying I see a band on his ankle. He'll be under house arrest.
Oh, interesting.
But
I feel like
he follows that.
I feel like there's some confinement to him. I've never felt jail either, but I also don't know if it's house arrest because I think part of the issue is with all of the top secrets and all the documents that he took. I feel like he's a national security risk. So I feel like he's not going to have access to the outside world because of that threat of the documents and all of that. So I feel like he's secured, but I don't know if it's at a home. I feel like it might be some kind of government building or something. I don't know, a hospital or something.
Wow. Now, this is a good question. I was looking at my iPhone. I was Googling something.
Yeah.
Remember when I was saying a lot of these states want to secede
Mm.
and they'll try it without saying it's secession? This is a good question that Rose Blue asked. Texas secession bill failed to be on our ballot in November. They can put it on the ballot, and if people vote for it, it's still unconstitutional. And if
Right.
that ever went to the Supreme Court, then that could very well cause other states to want to secede, and that could be the start of a civil war. Here, The Hill. Texas lawmaker files Texas bill to spur vote on exploring secession from the U.S. Now, this is from The Hill. All right.
Okay.
It says a Texas state lawmaker filed a bill on Monday that would set a referendum for voters to decide whether the state should explore. Hold on a minute. Should explore the possibility of seceding from the United States. Now, this is from The Hill. This is not me talking, so I'm saying it's theirs. I don't want to go to YouTube jail. If a measure known as the Texas Referendum Act passes, a referendum on whether Texas should reassert its status as an independent nation will be scheduled for the next general election. The bill would also require potential plans to be presented to the state legislature. The Texas Constitution is clear that all political powers reside within the people. After decades of continuous abuse of our rights, please, and liberties by the federal government, it's time to let the people of Texas make their voices heard. They filed it in 2021. It didn't receive a hearing vote. Wow. You know, I'll have to look and see how constitutional that is. Grab this one. Slayton's renewed push comes exactly 2 weeks after Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene re-upped her call for a national divorce, recommending that the U.S. separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government.
Yeah.
That's not. They can try that, but that's not going to happen.
I agree. I almost feel like if it was voted on, I don't think it would even pass.
And if they got to the Supreme Court, it wouldn't. So if Texas wants to secede, here's the deal. Let's say they did. They would lose their members in the House and their members in the Senate. And that would mean then they're not going to get federal funds because they're saying they're no longer in the United States.
Right.
So
It's not going to get to that, but I hear what you're saying. I don't think Republicans would have any chance in national elections without all those electoral college votes
right.
from Texas if that's what they wanted to do. But I don't see that happening. I don't think it will. I see the bill failing if that's what they're voting on. I don't see it going through.
I just wonder what they can do to those politicians who are calling for secession. I
Yeah.
don't know. There's going to be a lot of investigation on that, and that might be illegal.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, my guys tell me some other states will try secession as well, but they're biting off a real stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
My guides tell me that here again, a lot more states will try, but I guess if they're going to try to pull away from the United States, that means I don't know if they're not declaring war, but I would think then that the federal government would have the right to send in troops to quell that uprising.
Mm.
What they're trying to do, my guides just tell me, my light bulb went on.
What are you getting?
They're going to try. I think what they're going to try to do. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. It was really
Okay.
good too. I had a senior moment. It's just their way of trying to overturn the government and create so much chaos and confusion. But it's not going to work.
It's hard when you get those light bulb moments or those like real intense feelings because it's almost like you have to say it as you're getting it or you kind of lose it. I don't remember most of my private readings or political readings. If I don't write it down, I don't remember it because you're not using that side of your brain.
It
It
was
can come
so
quick.
strong and it was so intense, and then I forgot it. I mean, it
Yeah.
went somewhere. Maybe
I
it
think
wasn't.
it's important.
Maybe
I
it
think it's
wasn't meant
important.
for me to say.
Sorry. Yeah. I
But
think it's important to clarify though, real quick. Janie says
I
we'll
know
be
it came back.
war.
What they're
Okay.
trying to do is put us in a constitutional crisis, because
Yeah.
then if we're in a constitutional crisis, it's like, what happens? Like,
Mm.
read about that. Because if you're in a constitutional crisis, what happens to the Constitution? And that's exactly what they want to do with this talk about secession. That's what my guides are showing me. That's what
Well,
came up.
yeah, they would love to dismantle our democracy. I mean, whose
Well,
agenda
Trump already said
and
that.
narrative? Yeah.
Trump already said that he would like to expand the Constitution. And this is coming in direct channels, I think, from Putin. How much?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what
I agree 100%.
they're trying to put us in a constitutional crisis, and they will not win. It'll get very close to that, but they will not win.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I think it's just important just to say real quick that neither me or you feel a civil war, but we were talking about, those possibilities, but I don't see that at all. So I don't want people to get worried.
Okay. Joel Tilson, will Trump seek asylum?
He's going to try, but I don't see it being successful. I think
He's under house arrest.
I definitely see it as a backup plan, something that he has in the work, but he absolutely doesn't want to do that because his only shot really is to win the Republican nomination and win the presidency back. But even that's not going to happen. So I see it as like a backup plan for him, but I don't see that being successful. I think he's being too closely watched.
Well, if they get wind of that, and if he's indicted under house arrest, they'll revoke his passport. That means he can't leave the country.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. He's looking at all these different backup plans.
Yeah, it's a backup plan.
Yes. All right. If Harry goes to coronation, will he be allowed back in the U.S.? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be?
And that's what I was going to say. Why wouldn't he be?
unless he doesn't have a green card, but I think they've applied for citizenship here.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
don't
that
know.
being an issue at all. I don't see that correlation between the two.
All right. Hi, Mel and Kevin. Well, Chris Hipkins win the New Zealand election in October. He took over as prime minister after Jacinda Ardern resigned. I don't know. Got to look at the candidates to see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm really sorry.
I'm feeling like it's going to be close, though, but I am kind of feeling it would be easier if I knew who he was running against, but I do feel like a slight edge towards Chris Hipkins. They'll be close, though.
Right. Okay. Ides of March for the insurrectionist. Ooh.
Yeah.
I got a funny feeling. I wrote in my notes earlier on that Trump should be careful of the Ides of March. I'll bet you he'll come out with indictments on that day.
Yeah.
That's a good observation or question, Joel.
I'm feeling just like with Trump, and I'm not sure. I know a lot of this has to do with like Pluto going into Aquarius, which I'm not huge on astrology, so I'm not very knowledgeable with it. But I think it's around the third week of March, and that's really like the end of March is when I really see like things get crazy around the world.
They're going to. Okay. Reinhold Neininger. Reinhold. I love German. Nord Stream sabotages. Who did it? Was that the pipeline or something in Ukraine?
Was that the I was thinking of the train company, but I think you're right. I think that is the pipeline. I felt like Russia attacked it.
So do I, so they can blame it on Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Well, not even so much that too. I think I don't remember where the pipeline went. It was an oil pipeline, and it was when they were threatening to stop the oil trade to a lot of the Europe countries in Europe. I feel like it was sabotage from the Russians.
Well, Russia would do something like that just to blame it on the Ukrainians, just like Hitler burned the Reichstag and blamed it on a Jewish guy. Well, then the guy didn't do it. So I think Putin was behind it. I think you're right, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you guys think the railway company will declare bankruptcy so as not to pay up? Ooh, that's a good question, Faye.
I've read on this, and I feel like they're going to try it. Their company is going to go bankrupt, but I do see money going up to pay. I think that's what
even if they file for bankruptcy, I don't know if that gets them out of paying for this mess. So I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the legal repercussions of that. My guys tell me you're right. They'll threaten to file bankruptcy and will probably file, but it's not going to insulate them from paying. I still see them having.
Agree. Yeah, me too.
Because then the government would seize all their assets. So they'll try it, Faye, but it won't work. Okay. Joel Tilson. North Korean military coup attempt. Is he asking if it's happened or is he asking if it will happen? I don't know the question.
Like a military coup to overthrow the government? I don't see that right now. That's going to be a while before.
At some point, I see Kim Jong-un and all those dictators overthrown, but it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, I think it's like a decade out or so. It's before they actually have a kind of an uprising with their government.
Okay. Joel, will wages keep up with inflation? Have they ever?
Right. I see a big push for it though, like where it's going to be a little bit more balanced than what it has in the past, even though it doesn't seem like it right now because the inflation's crazy. But I really see, and maybe this is in 2024. I see the Democrats keeping control. I feel like a federal minimum wage is coming in. I feel like there's going to be things enacted to really address this. What are you feeling, Mel?
I'm sorry, say again.
So what are you feeling on the
Well,
question?
before that, I didn't hear the
I said I feel like there's going to be federal legislation to really kind of combat this issue.
I agree, and I think, some of the price gouging going on, there will be
Mm,
legislation to stop that, and they're already, the feds are raising the interest rates to try to curb inflation, so I do see, putting ceilings on things so that it can't be run away, but
yeah.
I also see at some point minimum wages being raised, so,
Yep. I do too.
alright. Um, Christy Cochran. Will Disney leave Florida? I don't think
No.
so. When Florida starts flooding.
Oh,
I chuckle when she says, "Will most of Florida disappear underwater in the next 50 years?" Because I was thinking maybe Florida won't, but the Satan will.
it's interesting because as scary as it sounds, I do see a lot of flooding over like the next couple of decades. It's really going to change the landscape on the coastal lines, especially in Florida, where like a lot of the southern Florida, I do feel like is kind of under some water. But I don't know if it's going to go. I think Orlando is still going to be in place for quite
I
some
I
time.
don't think I don't think it's gonna happen within the next 50 years.
Okay.
My guides tell me we haven't tipped the scale so far,
Mm,
with polluting our environment and climate change that we haven't tipped the scale too far so that we won't recover. I see
yeah.
it slowly coming back. So,
It's
uh,
just so scary with all those major hurricanes and with all the Caribbean waters being warm, record warm temperatures. I do see that contributing to these really strong
it is.
Category 5 storms, and it does make me really concerned about that being habitable in the future.
We're gonna see a lot more severe storms, and this is
Yeah.
Mother Nature's way of saying, "You all don't get too cocky
Mm,
because Mother Nature will always win." Always.
yeah.
Anyway, uh, and here again, my guides show me that the scales haven't tipped too far so that we can't reverse some of this, but if it tips too far, then forget about it.
Okay.
Uh, but I mean, I see it here. Like this year, we've had such a mild winter. I mean, when I first moved here in the early 80s, it would snow and we wouldn't see the ground again until spring. And
Yeah.
and now it's like, wow. I mean, we were having 70-degree weather in November. That's unheard of.
Yeah, we had, me and you were, like, similar climate, like, we're, like, not that far apart from each other, but in February, 60-degree weather is unheard of.
Right.
When I was a kid, I mean, I'm not saying that it was, you know, super crazy, but we always had, like, feet and feet of snow all winter long, and, like, really the last 4 or 5 years, it's been pretty mild in this area.
Okay, Shockwave 43. Abbott wants to be the leader and controller and wants the Republic of Texas independent country. Why and what's the reason? Because he wants to be powerful, and if there is going to be such a thing as the seceded states, he wants to be the big chief of all of that.
Right.
But that's gonna. What do you think, Kevin?
I agree with everything that you said. I mean, it's all about power and control for these people, and they see the writing on the walls, and they see that their party can't win elections, nationally. They can at a state level, but it's all about keeping power. And these conservative white men, straight white men, all they care about is their protection and clinking together. But it's not going to work. They're afraid of losing their power.
That's why they pander like they do
Yeah.
and play on
Can I?
people's security.
We got a super chat I want to throw up here real quick.
Oh, thanks,
Rebecca
Roberta.
Roberto, thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Roberta. Roberta is coming to Italy with us. No, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
she's coming to Africa. She's coming to Italy.
I
And
just
by
had
the
a
way,
reading with
I do have
her.
room for like 5 more people for Italy. And then I've
Nice.
got an exciting tour September the 6th of 2024. It's a Rhine River cruise, a boat cruise. It starts in Amsterdam and comes all the way down through Germany, stops in Strasbourg, France, ends in Switzerland. It's an amazing trip. It's on one of the river boats. So if you're interested, there's the number, you all.
You got some fun and exciting trips in the work, Mel.
Yep, I love doing it. If I get 15 or more people, I get a free trip. So,
There you go.
all right. Ronette Williams, what do you think about the new law in the Tennessee House that just passed? I don't know which one she's
I
talking
don't know
about.
what that is
If
either.
it's a transgender one, at some point I see it struck down.
Hmm.
I think they're trying to pass a law where drag shows are illegal or something. I don't know, but
That's in Oklahoma. You know, it's interesting too
also in
because
Tennessee. It's also in
is it
Tennessee.
in Tennessee too? Okay. I saw something. Jon Stewart was going after one of the lawmakers from Oklahoma and really just nailed him good. Talking about, you know, the Republicans were talking about it being, you know, drag shows, um, not being safe for kids and stuff like that. And Jon Stewart went off about the why are we not doing anything about gun legislation? Like he was really hammering him.
Exactly. That's a good point. Yeah, drag shows are unsafe for kids, but yet they'll let people buy assault weapons and go in and
Yeah.
shoot kids in schools. Our schools are unsafe for kids. It's just they're
Mm,
pandering to that ultra right-wing Christian nationalism. Um,
yeah.
I mean, you can't limit people's freedom of expression. And what about on television? Flip Wilson, he used to do drag. It was funny. He was a comedian. Harvey Korman and Tim Conway on Carol Burnett, Milton Berle, you know, RuPaul's
Mm,
Drag Race. What are they going to do? Make it illegal for kids to watch drag shows on TV now?
yeah.
You know, I'd
Crazy.
rather have my child watch a drag show than experience all these violent movies.
Mm. Or watch any kind
And
of
that was a really good observation, Kevin.
yeah. I mean Jon Stewart. I miss him being on when he had his show. He was on it. I think we could really use him right now. But
Ooh, Joel Tilson, will the Lincoln Project become the Lincoln Party? You
mm,
know, my guide showed me there will be another political party coming.
okay.
And you know what? I'm hearing yes with that.
I think it's really it's going to be a major influence in the rebranding of the Republican Party, but I don't know if they change it to the Lincoln Party, but them all really coming together. We
Good
got
point.
what was that, Mel?
A good point. Another political party coming in.
Okay.
It's going to give, the Republicans a run for their money.
Yeah. We got a super chat with a question on it if I can throw it up here.
Yep, go ahead.
Ness, thank you so much for the donation. She says, "Will the ERA pass in the next 2 years?"
For women, the ERA, Equal Rights Amendment.
I'm not sure. I mean, that rings a bell to me. Maybe somebody in the chat can.
I see it passing, yes, in 2.5 to 3 years. The answer is yes.
Okay.
That's what I see. Okay.
Yes, for women. Yes, Mel, you're right.
I'm all about women power.
Yeah,
At some
absolutely.
point, we're going to have a woman president. I don't know if it'll be Kamala, but we're going to have a woman president in our lifetime. So
I feel like it might be Kamala.
I don't know, but I see a woman president. Okay,
All right.
Janie T. Will DeSaint receive lawsuits or taken down by Trump, as Linda G said? If Linda G said it, take it to the bank. But I hear a yes on that. My guy, yes. What are you
I
getting?
feel actually yes to both, but I really feel I think Trump is it's going to get so ugly between the two of them. And I don't think DeSantis has what it takes to go up against Trump. He's going to cower down. I just see like public embarrassment and like scrutiny. Trump's really he's going to really give it to DeSantis.
Okay, here's Joel Tilson again. I don't know if they'll be forced to sell, but I see them coming middle of the road.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
going to take a
I
while.
don't feel that they're going to be forced to sell. No.
if they're going to have to pay Dominion lots and lots and
Mm-hmm.
lots and lots of money. And it's just not going to be like that. It's going to be a huge ouch.
Can I
Huge.
pull? Yeah. Can I pull up a question? Because this is kind of what I'm feeling, and I love
So
what
anything you
Kay
want to pull up, you don't have to ask, just do it.
Kay Muldoon says, I would love to see Kamala as president and Buttigieg as VP. And I've said I felt that for a while.
I don't know about Kamala, but at some point I'm seeing Buttigieg even as president.
Yeah, I definitely feel it'll be VP first, though.
Okay. Anything you want to pull up, you don't have to ask, just do it.
All right.
Okay. Janie T. Will GOP Senate and House persuade McCarthy to leave? I saw Michael Moore on TV, and he was saying that he thought before 2024 that the House of Representatives would turn Democrat, but because of people like leaving.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they'll persuade McCarthy to leave, but I see, like people like Santos and other people leaving the House. So that could very well put the power back to the Democrats. At some point, Hakeem Jeffries will be Speaker of the House. So, the scary part is if they still have a majority and they get rid of McCarthy, who else are they going to put in? I mean, it could be somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene. That would be frightening.
I don't feel that. I agree. I agree. The fear with that. I agree with what you're saying, Mo, and I've said that before. That I feel like even before the next election, there may be a flip in the House, but I don't think that's what's going to bring McCarthy down. I feel like those people that he gave all of his power to are going to turn on him when things really start to shake up, and they're going to get him out of there. And I feel somebody more bipartisan coming in.
As my father used to say, they will turn on him like vultures on the gut wagon.
Amen.
All right. Will Rick Scott take McConnell's place? Well, I don't think McConnell's ready to give up just yet.
I don't see Rick Scott as the next.
I don't see that either.
Minority. No,
I think they'll be smart enough to put somebody more moderate in there.
Yeah. It just came to mind too, and I would have to think about it a little bit more, but Mitt Romney actually just came to my mind. But I would find it hard to think that a lot of the crazy Republicans would vote for him, but I don't know, maybe.
I'm sorry, say again?
So I would find it kind of hard to believe that, some of the MAGA Republicans would vote for Mitt Romney, but Mitt Romney just came to mind. I would have to look at it a little bit more.
Like Mitt Romney, or I swear when you said that hit me too. So, okay, we got time for a few more.
Mm-hmm.
Will Jordan cause havoc for Fauci on investigation of COVID in China? He'll try, but he won't. But I see Jordan gone. Yay. My guides are telling me he'll try, but Fauci can hold his own. Fauci's not going to back down. That's what
I agree. I agree. He's going to try. I don't think he'll be successful with that.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, their equal rights amendment. At some point, I do see it passing. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oops. I don't know what I just did, but I screwed something up. Oh, I see what I did. Do we have any more real quick, or is that it?
Let me see. I was trying to keep up with as much as we were going in, but it's hard to do both.
Well, here's a good one. Anxious to hear about what you have to say about the craziness in politics. What's going to get more bat-esque crazy? Like we said, buckle up your seats. But at some point, I do see things calming down a bit. So, thanks, Amy. She said, "Advance happy birthday, Mel." What do you think about that question, Kevin?
Yeah, like it's going to be a crazy year. Like we've witnessed the last several years, but in a different way. I feel like I said earlier, I really feel like this year we're starting to see some accountability for all the craziness going on and truth really coming to surface, where they could get away with things in the past, they're not able to this year. And so we're going to see that party kind of flip and implode. So it's going to get uglier before it gets better. But I don't see them being successful. I actually see probably in like the next decade, the Republican Party actually coming way more to the center and actually being a much better party in the future.
Good. I do too.
It'll take some time. Yeah.
Somebody said here, I think Mel meant to say Italy, which is a trip they're going on in the fall. Yes, Italy, we're leaving October the 9th. Africa's sold out. I think Rebecca's coming to Africa with us in June. That's
Nice.
June the 7th, I think.
Mm.
So I've got about room for, I think, 4 or 5 more people on the Italy trip. Africa's sold out. Okay,
A couple questions that we missed that I had starred.
go ahead.
Let's see. Will affordable housing be available for low income folks?
I do
Excuse me.
see more, what's it called? Something 8 housing available.
Section 8.
Section 8, thank you. I do see more Section 8 housing available for low income folks.
Mm.
A lot of Section 8 housing that'll be subsidized for lower income folks. And, I see federal money being appropriated for that. That's what my guides are telling me. It'll take a while, but it will happen.
Yeah, and I really feel like a lot of investments in this from some states, but also federally. But it does feel like it's a couple years out before, um, really a lot of money comes in for that.
All right. Do you have any more, Kevin, that you want? Oh, Sharon is on. Hi, Sharon. Let's see. Sherry H. Voices from the Swamp. Hi, Mimi. Let's just say hi to some of the people.
Yeah.
NH Mountain Dancer. Hello. Hi, Lisa.
I feel like maybe I feel her speeding up because I feel like she's been ready for a while. I've always felt Georgia actually does the indictments first, but it seems like New York is getting pretty close too. So
Yeah, but Georgia's also going to go after, I feel, Lindsey Graham.
yeah,
And so, or, the federal government can use that because even though it happened in the state of Georgia, it was still interstate because Trump and Lindsey Graham lived in another state. So I think that might give the federal government recourse to go after it as well.
okay.
Hi, Mimi Rose. Let's see. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, she says, what's going on in Sedona? In Sedona, that would be Linda Grendel's retreat in May. I'll be there. Jen Lynn will be there. Susan Lynn will be there. I think it's sold out, you all. Let's see here. Hi, Tracy. Let's see. We've Aries Wonder. Hello. I'm trying to just say hi to people.
Mm-hmm. I just saw a comment and I haven't heard of this, but Leah Sabanka is now talking like you said she would.
Oh, that she would spill the beans on her dad. Oh, yeah.
You said that all along.
You guys are saying she's going to sing like a canary.
Yes, if you all can do us a favor, please hit that thumbs up and please subscribe to Mel's channel. Go over to my channel, Kevin Loving Vibrations, if you haven't, and please subscribe. We appreciate that.
Yeah, when I get to 19,000 subscribers, I will give away another 3 free half-hour sessions. They're non-transferable. It's just for the person who wins them.
Okay.
And thumbs up. And okay, so next week we're not going to be here. I won't. I'll be in St. Croix. But then the following week, I will be on Kevin's channel.
Yeah.
So,
and if I can just add real quick too, when I get to 7,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away a free reading and a free Reiki session.
Yay!
3,000 subscribers as well. So, but you're gonna have a blast. I'm jealous, Mel. I think we're supposed to get some snow here in Ohio tonight, and it's been cold the last few days. When are you going on your trip?
We're leaving Sunday morning at like
nice.
7:30 in the morning. But I think we're supposed to get snow here tonight too. We're in the northern suburbs, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. But for Chicago, that's nothing. It'll probably be melt in a couple days, so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, Kevin, it's so much fun. I look forward to Thursday nights. And maybe one of these Thursdays, what we should do is go on live and answer personal questions for people. That would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be open to that.
All right, we'll do it. All right, everybody, stay well. Thank you for your support. Kevin's channel, thumbs up. My channel, thank you. Stay well, and I'll see you in 2 weeks on Kevin's channel.
Sounds good. Have a good night. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.